What's up guys, Zeshin here and welcome back to another episode of Weekly Gaming News. So this week is a little bit lighter, there's not as many big stories. It is the week after E3 after all, so I didn't expect much. But what I do have is more of like some small things based on stuff that we already know about. So the first story I want to talk about is that apparently The Last of Us 2 release date was leaked by Ashley Johnson, who is the voice actress for Ellie in The Last of Us. She of course does many other roles in different video games, so I couldn't tell you what at the moment because I don't have the information in front of me. So apparently this leak happened during an interview on the Critical Role YouTube channel where Ashley Johnson was asked when the game was supposed to be coming out, and it looked like she was going to mouth the word February. She at least went or she was interrupted and didn't end up answering. But apparently also like reports from like Jason Schreier from Kotaku saying that originally The Last of Us 2 was supposed to be coming out in November, but it got pushed back for who knows, and then now Death Stranding is taking that release window. It seems like it could be possible. I personally don't care that much about The Last of Us 2. I played the first Last of Us. There's only one Last of Us game in existence at the moment, but I thought it was okay. Like I didn't really get the hype. I didn't think the game played amazingly. It didn't play bad, but then the story was okay. Like I understand the whole hype behind it, I guess, but The Last of Us Part 2 is not something I'm particularly looking forward to, but I know a lot of people are, so I figured I'd talk about it. This next news story I thought was pretty funny, because apparently a former Epic Games executive said he would have canceled Fortnite. So a former Epic Games producer, Rod Ferguson, who now works at the Coalition for Microsoft Game Studios making Gears of War, apparently when he was still at Epic, he said he would have canceled Fortnite. And because originally Fortnite, like the Battle Royale mode is not even like what Fortnite originally was. There's like the Save the World mode or whatever. I don't know much about Fortnite. Never played it, never plan on playing it. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty funny how in a different world how Fortnite would not be a thing, and who knows what the state of Epic would be. I don't really know what, just a dog barking. I don't really know what all their finances and stuff are like, but they don't really do that much anymore. After since Gears of War, I never really hear anyone talk about what Epic Games does other than Unreal Engine and not Fortnite, so I thought that was pretty interesting. So in a recent interview with Famitsu, I believe, Tetsuya Nomura was talking about the Remind DLC coming out for Kingdom Hearts 3, and he was saying how... Hold on one second, my phone is being stupid. And he was saying how that this Remind DLC will have a similar amount of bosses to Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, and he wants to release it as soon as possible, which they said this winter, so probably November-ish, late October, early November-ish, maybe even later than that, who knows. We'll see, but I'm excited for it. I'm definitely down to go into Kingdom Hearts 3 again. I was thinking about replaying it again and trying to get the platinum because I never did that, but yeah, I'm excited for this DLC. Hopefully it's not going to cost too much, but either way, it sounds like pretty much what DLC is going to be for Kingdom Hearts 3 is like Final Mix versions, because they didn't have the ability to patch games back in the PS2 era, so the Final Mix versions to be re-released like that made sense. Now that doesn't make sense, so DLC makes sense for it. So during Nintendo's E3 Direct, they announced a sequel to Breath of the Wild, and it's a game that I'm like iffy on because I wasn't a huge fan of Breath of the Wild originally, and I know that's controversial, but I don't care. Anyway, so apparently the reason why it is getting a sequel is because the dev team had too many DLC ideas, so that's pretty cool. Instead of just coming out with a bunch of DLC packs and expansions, there's like, let's just make a whole new game, and that's cool. So that's why it's using the same engine and assets and all that stuff, which some people might look as lazy. I think it's like, well, you already have all the stuff. Might as, if you want to continue in that sub-universe of Zelda, might as well as use the same stuff. I mean, people love Majora's Mask. They literally reused all the assets from Ocarina of Time. Like, there are obviously some new assets, but a lot of them were reused. That's why all the character models were the same for the NPCs. Anyway, yeah, that's cool. Again, I talked about in the last episode how I'll probably check Breath of the Wild 2 or whatever it's going to be called out when it comes out, but if it doesn't fix the main issues that I had with it, then it's just not going to be a game I'm going to like, probably, so we'll see. So apparently Square Enix has an ethics department, and they told the dev team behind Final Fantasy VII Remake to restrict Tifa's breast size. So Tifa is one of the party members of Final Fantasy VII. She is known for having some big boobs. Apparently fans or something have noticed that her boobs look smaller in the remake, and there's some controversy or something. I don't know. I haven't seen a single person talking about this except for this news article. But apparently the ethics team at Square Enix told the dev team that they need to make her look more realistic, which, alright, that's fine. And I think she looks fine. Like, she looks like a human being. I never understood why, like, a lot of anime type inspired stuff, like girls and stuff, have like just the hugest fucking unrealistic boobs ever. I don't know. It's a thing, but I thought this news headline and stuff is pretty funny, so I included it in here. So Retro Studio is the dev team behind Metroid Prime 4 and the other Metroid Prime games, and then the Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze. They are still looking for an art director for Metroid Prime 4, so I don't know what that means. So either they're very picky who they want, or they just can't find someone. I don't really know. I don't know what this means for the game. I don't know. I just don't know anything, but this is just basically the whole, like, they're still looking to hire an art director for Metroid Prime 4. So that's a thing. I don't know what that means. So probably this game is not coming out for a while, unfortunately, because I like the idea of Metroid Prime, and I just thought the controls were bad. The Wii version is the best control-wise, but I hate using pointer controls. So, yeah. So the last story I have to talk about is probably one that you saw. It was going around, and it was kind of been memed and stuff, but EA says that loot boxes are surprise mechanics, and they are very ethical. So I don't care about loot boxes. I think as long as they're something that you don't need, like if the only way you can unlock these certain things is by purchasing these loot boxes with real money, then yeah. Or if purchasing these loot boxes can give you in-game advantages, if it's online stuff, then yeah, I can see why they're a little bit like annoying and shouldn't really exist. But like, they're just strictly cosmetic stuff. Yeah, I find it's like I'd rather just be able to unlock it in the game, but I can sort of understand it for a business side of it. Either way, I don't purchase microtransactions and loot boxes and stuff, so it doesn't affect me. I just find, this whole argument going around that they should be banned and they're gambling and all stuff, like, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on all that, but I still think this is pretty funny, and it's pretty very business PR thing to say, and I think it's very funny. So that's all I really wanted to talk about that. But that was the last news story I had today, so thank you guys for watching. It's probably a shorter, more boring-ish video because not a lot of going on, but I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I know I'm wearing the same shirt as last week. It has been washed. It's been a week, so calm down. Anyway, so that's it for today. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.